Hey guys, Chris from Provo Beast Audio Installation, and today we're doing an unboxing of these brand new Series 2 component 6.5-inch speakers by Alpine. These are the Type R speakers. Again, version 2 that just came out that do 100 watt RMS at 4 ohms. These are the R-S65C.2. In this unboxing, we're going to get everything pulled apart, show you everything that they come with, including a quick detail on the speakers themselves and the built-in crossovers. We're going to throw some power at them so you can hear what they sound like as well. Let's get started. Now, before we get this thing pulled apart, we actually can flip this over and check out the back side here. Now, there's a ton of information here, which is pretty cool. It actually shows you everything that it comes with, all the hardware here, different variations and styles on the way to mount the mid-range of the door, as well as different variations of the tweeter install, specs on the actual build of the speaker, and the cool thing is it actually gives you a wiring diagram of the tweeter up here. Now, if you can kind of see on the camera itself, we have cardboard cutouts. It's actually perforated so we can pop these out to make templates in the event we have to cut and make custom mounts for them. Same thing with the tweeter. It's actually pretty cool that they made that there. Right here on the inside we have our specifications. Size 6.5-inch speaker, as well as the 1-inch tweeter there. RMS power is 100 watt RMS, peak is 300, and final impedance will be 4 ohms here. So we got our sensitivity, which is 88 dB. We have our frequency response, which is 65 hertz to 40 kilohertz. Mount depth is 2 5/16 inch, or for your metric guys, it's 5.9 centimeters. Our cutout diameter, in case you have to cut holes, it's 5 3/8 inches or 13.7 centimeters there. Recommended amplification, they do recommend pushing these at 4 ohms at 100 watts RMS. Got our Type R logo here. Got our instructions manual. Okay, so first thing that we see is our two woofers here, our crossovers for our tweeters and the tweeters themselves. Pull these out here. I really like this new redesign. They've updated the cone here as well as the dust cap and the surround. Also, for this redesign, you do have a bigger magnet as well. We have our terminals here. The basket is plastic, which some of you may not like, but it is lightweight, and we have a really nice magnet here on the rear. Our terminals are same from the previous generation as well, and this woofer actually has a passive crossover built into it, so you don't need to run a separate crossover or filter for these because it already includes one. Alright, so we have our tweeter here. It's already in the flush mount adapter, so you can actually flush mount it. It does come with a nut to tighten it on, but there's our tweeter here. Now we got our crossovers here. Now these crossovers are specifically only for the tweeter, because as you remember, the crossover for the mid-range is built onto the mid-range speaker. So these only specifically filter out frequencies just for our tweeters. Now what's cool about these tweeter crossovers is we can actually pop this on off by sliding it up. And in here, we have our tweeter level adjustment. So you can adjust this to be -3 dBs, 0 dBs, or +3 dBs, depending if it's a little too loud, a little too soft, or just right. You can move this jumper to your desired loudness. Our second level here is these do come with the newly redesigned grills. So we have 2 sets of Type R grills. Before the R was down here, they've made a little bit smaller and put it up higher here. Just, I think, a more cleaner look. Next, we have a universal mount for our tweeter here, so depending on what you really need it for, this has many different variations and mount styles. Again, remember the back of the box as well as the instruction provided show you how to best utilize these mounts in case you have to mount it in an awkward position. Comes with 2 of them. Now it comes with 2 sets of speaker ring adapters. These are universal adapters here, so depending on your application you may or may not use these, but they do include them. Also with this, they do provide a 6x9, 6x8, or 5x7 type adapter, universal adapter as well, that you can mount to, which is kind of cool. So in the event you have that, from the factory and you want to put these in, Alpine includes these, which is really nice. Now, like I said, when we were looking at the tweeter, those tweeter backs are threaded, and here's really the nut that goes on the back that you can tighten. So if you happen to flush mount your tweeter, you can tighten this to the back of the tweeter so it's nice and snug. So you get 2 of those, 1 for each tweeter. Next thing here, you have some foam, double-sided foam, which is really nice in case you want to mount this in a place where you don't want metal on metal or anything of the sort. You also have some fast rings for your tweeters, which is super nice that they include these. So let's say your tweeters are mounted and they're far back behind the panel. To better channel the sound out of our tweeters into the cabin of the vehicle, you can use these fast rings that they provide. Finally here, you got some double-sided tape as well as zip ties that are included. The last 2 things, you have all your mounting hardware as well as little Alpine logos that you can include. So if you want to double-side stick these on the outside of your factory speaker grills in case you don't use the aftermarket ones, you can do so. Pretty cool. Now, the way that these crossovers work is as you get the crossover, you'll notice there's going to be an input and an output. Now, you have your input here, and this can go to any full range signal, whether it's from the amplifier, or if you don't have a separate area where you can hook this up, you can notice on the back of our mid-range there's 2 sets of terminals. So you can actually put one set right to the terminals there, then the other set will come from wherever the signal is coming from, whether it's an amplifier or your radio directly. So you can actually hook those up, and then as you notice, this is actually in parallel, so it's receiving the same signal. It's almost like a distribution here, so you can hook up your tweeters there. And then the other end, the other set of these tweeter harnesses go to our tweeters. Now you'll notice they're keyed differently. You have a male end and a female end, and on this you have the opposite corresponding side. So you go male to female, so you can't get the polarity backwards, which is pretty cool in these. So at this point of time, what we're going to do is get these all mounted up in some speaker boxes here on the bench. We're going to throw some power at them and let you hear what they sound like. Well, that's about it for this unboxing and demo. If you have any questions on what you saw here, post a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. If you want to see these speakers in action, we're going to be installing these on a Subaru WRX. This will be a front component stage for us there. Thanks again for watching. Be sure to hit that like button if you like what you saw. Don't forget to subscribe. We post great content all the time here on the channel. And we will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.